I have a client that when she got a divorce and changed her name back, she thought it would be funny to change her middle name to Danger. And she actually did. And
my Lord.
Now I was like, what? And she goes, I always wanted to say, my middle name is Danger.
Oh my gosh.
And she really changed it. She was like, it's that simple to pick whatever you want your name to be and change it.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome back to the Got Her Back podcast. It's Got Her Back Monday.
Monday fun day.
I love me some Mondays.
Yeah.
What does this shirt say? I'm scared. Fit. I didn't know you worked out.
Fuck, I'm tired.
That's what it stands for.
That's what my
Girl,
fit
why am I
stands for.
addicted to Pilates?
Oh.
Yeah, why am I like texting Haley every day and I'm like, I wish I could go every single day. Like I'm trying to figure out how I can go every single day. Like
Summer started Pilates. Her and Mike.
Freaking am obsessed. Like I love it. Like I wish I could do it every day. Like I'm not a workout girly.
I think that's
it just
a little too
stretches
much.
really good. It makes me feel really good. Like every time I'm about to go, I ask Gabriel, I'm like, why did I sign up? Why did you tell me not to sign up? I'm so tired. I don't want to go. And then I'm like, I'm so glad I went. Like, but it's just the accountability partner thing that people say to do. Like I know that Haley's there, so I'm like, I'm not gonna like not show up. You know what I mean?
You know how many times over the years I've tried an accountability partner to work out any kind of way? Hell no.
Yeah, we could be accountability partners. We could meet halfway.
No, but I have been playing basketball, like,
Yeah.
course, like,
Yeah.
at night out in the backyard. So,
Yeah.
you know.
When we first put the basketball goal up, we would go out there and shoot at night and everything and play. Like,
I
it
even
was
got my nails a
fun.
little shorter, you know.
So you could shoot a little better.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot. You shooting your shot over
I
there?
am shooting my shot over there.
Shooting your shot over there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about today's topic. Tell us about our topic today.
Should you keep your last name when going through a divorce?
This is such a great topic that I never hear many people talk about, and everybody has like an opinion on it. And I think that a lot of people almost try to make you feel bad whenever you want to change your name. They're like, but that's your kid's name. Like, I feel like that's what people said to me all the time. And I'm like, I'm aware what my kid's name is.
I feel like it's like so controversial that it's like, what? You're not going to breastfeed? And I'm like, no. no, baby's going
You're like, yes,
sucking on
I'm
these
changing
nipples.
my
No,
name.
absolutely.
I think it has its pros and cons. Like we were talking about earlier, it has its pros and cons, but there's a lot of reasons why somebody might want to keep their name or not keep their name. But I feel like it's just such a personal decision that
I don't think it's
nobody
right either way.
needs an opinion on. But I feel like a lot of people don't change their name after a divorce because because of what other people are telling them. So it's not even really because of how they feel or what they feel. It's like other people like judging them.
Yeah, I think
Isn't
it's like
that weird?
guilting and shaming.
Like what? It's my name. Mine was very unique because me and
situation.
my ex-mother-in-law had the same exact first and last name.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I don't think that happens to too many people, but it was getting it would get confusing. Like everywhere I would go, like they would have me down as her or her for me. I would get her mail. It was crazy. Like I would get her mail. She would get mine. She'd bring it to me. We don't live anywhere close to each other. I would go to Nordstrom's and tell them my name and it would pull her up. Like it was just kind of funny because our first and last name were the same, spelt exactly alike. So I find it funny because when I first, every year on my birthday, she would sign my card and be like, to Carrie Jr.
Oh,
From
my
Carrie
Lord. Sr.
because I was first. She would put these little funny things in there every year. So for me, it was so many reasons. I don't know. What were your reasons? I know that we both chose to change and go back to our maiden names. And I think it's kind of actually kind of rare.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of people do it.
I had only done a dash haul, a dash for all those years. And honestly, it took me halfway through my marriage to even take on the dash. I didn't.
Really? You didn't change your name for a long time?
Mm-mm.
You kept your maiden name for a long time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. because we never.
How long do you think?
5 years.
Oh, wow.
In my marriage.
Maggie.
Yeah.
You weren't ready. Did you feel like a nostalgia or an attachment to your maiden name, like that you really didn't want to drop it? Because I come in contact. I've been tattooing a lot of girls' maiden names on their arm because they're like, I love my name. Like, this is my family. Like, when I get married one day, like, I'm going to miss this name.
No,
you know what I mean? Did you ever feel that way?
No, like.
Yours are different.
When you go back and look, like, I have such a negative connotation to my maiden name because it was my real dad's name. And I
got it.
Don't feel good about my real dad. Like, so for me to want to keep it, like, think about in my head, like how bad, you know, like, I think it was just like, for me, it was more for like business. And I think in the back of my head, because I was hiding so much that I just always knew, like, I didn't really want to be that. Like, I just, like, I, you know what I mean? Like,
you almost wanted to detach from it.
Right.
Altogether.
Right. And my email at work had been my maiden name, and it's been my entire 21-year career. And so I just was like, I don't, you know, like, I don't want to.
I'm attached to my email.
Yeah. I love that email. I didn't want to give it loose.
Did you ever change your email?
No, it's always been the same.
Oh, wow.
M-Tool.
New little backs I'm getting today. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
For me, I kind of felt a little bit of the same. Like, I didn't feel an attachment to my maiden name. And plus, my maiden name is Smith.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the most like basic name of all times, right? Like one of the most common names. So I was like, ooh, a different name.
I don't even know why. Like, I was made fun of with my last name, clearly because it's Tool. And so people would be like,
oh my
you're
gosh.
a toolbox, you're a tool.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and I'm like, give it a rest.
Kids are so
I
mean.
know. I hated my name growing up. And so, like, for me to not want to get rid of it, it was also like, okay, well, what's wrong with why don't I want to be a part of that family? I don't know, you know, but when I was going through my marriage, I think we've talked about this before, but my ex was like, you have to change your name or whatever. You have to drop my last name. And I'm like, first of all, it's not your choice.
He really didn't want you to keep that name. But I remember all growing up, my mom had my dad's name, even though they divorced when I was like 13 years old. And she would always say, like, it was important to her to have our last name, you know, that she felt that attachment just for children's sake. And I mean, my kids have that name as well.
I get it.
But for me, like, I know that's my children. You know what I mean? I know that's my kids. I don't have to prove it to anybody or feel that way. It probably makes things easier in school and stuff like that. But I'm just the type that doesn't really care what people think.
Yeah, I don't either.
I've never been one to be like, oh, you know, I want us to have the same. I feel like a lot of women probably do feel that way, like in society.
Well, I went to Taryn and was like, because, you know, with Spencer, it's not going to. She's 5. She doesn't even care. You know what I mean? But when I wanted to know that it was okay with Taryn. Like, are you going to be okay if I have a different last name than you? And he's like, do what you want.
I did too. I do remember asking my children too, like, would that bother them? And did they want me to keep it? Because I think I would respect that.
Yeah,
if they
I would have
said
sacrificed.
That.
Yeah.
I would have respected that, but they didn't care. They were like, I don't care at all. Like, they had no care in the world.
I think for me, it was like cleansing, right? Like, and I think it was just like,
it's a fresh start.
Yeah,
like we talked about. It is it's like back to the fresh start.
Yeah.
And one thing that I know we've talked about before that was like an aha moment, like when Gabriel and I were talking one day, he was like, well, if you don't change it, your last married name is going to go on a new marriage certificate. Yeah. And that almost feels like you're carrying that past into the future, which I had never ever thought about, because you would be putting that name down on a new certificate.
Yeah.
And I had never thought about that ever. And I was like, ooh, I feel like that is kind of bringing the past into the future. And I would never want to do that. So that was like, when he said that, I was like, oh, absolutely. I am changing my name, because ever in the future, no. I would never want to put that old name.
I think for me to have to change my name, I think for me to even get married again would have to be somebody super special.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So, like, they're going to have to be just like thebomb.com.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to be for
a
sure.
long time.
Yeah. Like, I have to be sure, like, and make sure that everything is like A-okay. Because And I think that I would want, if that person was like, set a boundary and was like, I want you to have my last name, I think I would respect that. I think that my ex just never said, he was never vocal about me taking his last name. And so I'm almost kind of looking back, having an epiphany. I'm like, okay, well, there was trouble from the start.
Yeah, I'm like, that is kind of but those are things that we don't really pick up on, especially we don't really see that
red flag. Well, and we weren't legally married until 5 years later. We got married, destination wedding in Mexico, never went to the courthouse, never went and did the whole blood test or any of that to see if you were cousins. We never did any of that until it was 5 years later. And I think that kind of just hit me. I don't know why sometimes it just things hit me and I'm like, oh crap.
Epiphanies.
Yeah.
Ahas later.
I think there was so much, trouble in paradise. Wasn't really paradise, but I think I thought well, maybe if I do this, maybe this will make him change, or maybe this will make, things better. Yeah.
A lot of women never change their name back just because it was such a pain in the butt to change it in the first place. It's such a pain in the butt.
Well, it is.
It seems like it. It really isn't. It really isn't. It was kind of crazy. When I went to the DMV, they had told me to bring all these things. I didn't even ask for them.
Oh, well, that's good.
I was like, that's kind of crazy. When I left, I had this folder of all the things they said to bring, and they didn't even ask me for any of them, which I find wild. I filled out this little thing and they changed it and that was it. I was like, that was kind of weird.
Well, I still had my social security card because my mom laminated it when I was little. So it doesn't even have a signature on there. So I still have my old social security card. So I didn't have to even wait for the new one to come in, because I still had the old one.
Because I had to wait on the social security card first and I had to do the DMV and, you do the everything. So I still haven't done my passport.
Oh, I've done that.
I've been dragging my feet on the passport, but I need to I don't know. I guess because I don't really know what to do.
Insurance and doctors.
All the things.
You got to do all that too when you change your address, because I just had to do that. Yeah. Changing my address, update my address, update my address on my driver's license.
It's such a pain in the rear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and with me, I think all of my clients knew me under my name because that was my business name. And so I think it has kicked me in the butt a little bit because I have so many people tell me that they couldn't find me. They didn't know where I was anymore. They didn't think I was working anymore because I changed my name. And so I was looking on Facebook literally just the other day because I keep having people tell me that. And I'm like, that is actually kind of scary because nobody knew what my name was before. And so I went on Facebook and I went to edit profile just to see I see some people put formally whatever. And so I thought maybe I should put something like that. But there's a feature now that you can go in when you edit and then you go to name, it can be you can put other searchable names that will still pop you up. And I was like, oh, cool. So I put in for that the other day. I put it in there. It doesn't show it, but I would pop up.
Yeah, that would be so scary because 21 years of business, that's where my head goes. For business wise,
and I didn't even think about it. And I had changed my business name in 2021. So think of that, and then in 23, changing my name. I made it super difficult for anybody to find me online, which is kind of
not good.
Crazy, not good. Yeah. So I started looking at putting formally and different type of things in there, so at least it's searchable.
That's good.
So
good idea, sis.
Well, thank you, Gabriel. Those are all his good ideas. Those are not my good ideas. Yeah, but I think that a lot of people have a lot of different reasons for that. And I was talking to my sister this morning, and her situation is different. She's a widow. And so we were talking about this. She was like, oh, what are y'all going to talk about today? So I was telling her, and I was like, hey, let me pick your brain. You're a widow. Your case is different. Did you ever think about dropping that name, or is it just super special to you and holds the tie to him? You know what I mean? Yeah. And she was like, her feelings were different. She kind of wanted to drop it to be back with her daughter's name again, but then she had a piece of her because she had stepchildren. She didn't want to feel judged, and she didn't want them to feel like she was just I'm
done
forgetting that, or not holding space for him anymore, which was not what she was wanting to do. So she just felt like she was like treading lightly there, but she felt like an attachment to her maiden name for so long because it was her dad's name, and her dad were so close and had the best relationship, and he has passed away. So she's conflicted. She has a feeling and a tie to both of the names. So she hyphenated them. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. She said, but if I was to ever get remarried, I would drop both of them and honor the new husband. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. She was like, no, I'm not hyphenating 3 names. I'm done with that. Yeah. She said it gets tricky with the hyphen because anywhere she goes, she'll give like one of the names and then they have the other one, or they might have both. She said it's just kind of like a pain.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It was a pain, like with my insurance licenses and all of that. And then you start searching, and sometimes they put the dash and sometimes they put a space. And so
she says you never know what people have you as, and sometimes it's like you don't know what to tell them to put in. And she said it's kind of annoying, which I had never thought about with a hyphenated name.
It was so crazy, like growing up, because, my stepdad that raised us, we never took on his name, and he didn't ever like officially adopt us because he was drawing Social Security on, 2 dead parents, which was the smart thing to do because that helped to buy our cars and helped to, supplement for college. And that really helped. But it was just, it was always like a dead giveaway whenever his last name was Sunderland and ours was Toole. Like, they're kind of like, okay, well, what's going on here? So ours was never the same as like his kids. And then our mom took his name on. And so, we just kind of looked at like the outcasts and these like little stepchildren, down here. But I mean, it was fine. He did the right thing, like by us, which, so if we would have taken his name on, then those checks would have stopped.
Yeah.
So
smart.
That's smart. For sure. So I think there's a multitude of reasons, like, to go towards why you should keep it or why you should.
I think you should almost do self-reflection and be like, how do I feel with this name? How does this name make me feel? Like, do I feel attached to this name, or is it just because I'm scared of what other people are going to think? Like, you just have to do a heart check and be like, how do I feel with this name? Does it feel good, or do I think it would feel better to just completely drop this name and not worry about what anybody else is going to think about me for doing it? Yeah, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that topic.
I do, and I want, like, for all women, and I mean, there's not really very few.
It doesn't really affect men. And
no,
I mean,
it doesn't.
I wonder, like, there's a lot of men, like, I have women. I was speaking to a woman a few weeks ago, and she was older. She wasn't older, but she was older. She was in her 50s, and she was more mature, and it would be her second marriage. She just got engaged again, and she was like, I'm not changing my name. Like, I'm not taking his name. Because I think it was like his name sucked or something. I can't remember, but it was kind of like a, and I was like, ooh, and her name was actually really cool, and she was like, I'm not changing my name. And I've already told him, some men get really offended by that. It's like it's like a respect thing, especially in the South. So what do you think about that? Like, do you think that it should matter?
I just, like, I'm just going to always honor like what I want to do first. And I think it's like, especially when you get a divorce, I think it's just like, do whatever makes you feel good. Don't do what, like with your sister, like, who cares what other people think? But I know that that's just not, her personality. And so there's no right or wrong, but because I am so headstrong, like, I'm always going to, in those aspects, put Megan first.
Yeah.
I think that if I met the right person, or if I was with a person long term and they wanted to get married and it was very important to them, maybe I would honor that, but like they would need to vocalize that.
Yeah, I feel like if you're completely in love with this person and you're all in, you're kind of all in, you're kind of like, okay, or if you respect each other and that's something that's really important with them. But if it's something that you really feel strong about, you shouldn't do it just because.
No.
And you don't have to change your name.
No. And you shouldn't let somebody else pressure you either way. Like, even at a divorce, if your ex is saying like, oh, you need to change your name, and you have to, it's not their choice. It's your choice.
And let's take this one more step farther. You can actually change your name without getting married.
Oh yeah.
You could actually wear a ring and change your name and look, whatever you
And
feel
not have
like
the piece
is
of
like
paper.
respect to that person. You don't have to get married to change your name. You just put in a name change. It's that simple. You can change your
I'm gonna
name.
change my first name.
Huh? You can.
Maybe I'll just change my first name and make my first name their last name. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
have a client. I have a client that when she got a divorce and changed her name back, she thought it would be funny to change her middle name to Danger. And she actually did. And
my Lord.
Now I was like, what? And she goes, I always wanted to say, my middle name is Danger.
Oh my gosh.
And she really changed it. She was like, it's that simple to pick whatever you want your name to be and change it.
Oh my goodness.
I just thought that was so funny. Her name was Rachel.
I know.
I'll never forget. She told me that like 15 years ago.
Rachel Danger.
Yeah.
I know my middle name has an accent over the A, and I'm like, what did my country bumpkin mom know about?
Really?
Yeah, it's Lee, but it's spelled Lea with an accent over the A.
That's how your name is spelled?
Yes,
I did
girl.
not know that.
Yes, and I'm like, how is Megan Lee? And then when I look at it, I just noticed the other day my cousins, like my Aunt Kathy named one of my cousins, and it's the same middle name as my sister, and I'm like, did you not realize that my mom used that middle name already? Like, why did you use that too?
What was the name?
Anne. It's
Well,
like,
that's just a southern name. Come
I know,
on.
but
We all use.
still.
I got Leanne. I got
know.
Leanne. I got them both. I got both of y'all's as mixed.
Yeah.
And it's spelled lean.
Oh my Lord, have mercy. What a mess.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know the southern names, the Anns and the
Lees of the world.
Lees. Yeah, we're all a Lee or an Ann. Yeah, so we can change our name to whatever we want it to be if we
That's
want.
right.
It could even be Danger.
There you go.
Yeah.
Stranger danger.
Yeah. So if you get married again, would you want to change your name?
Who knows if I'm going to get married again?
But if you did,
I would just have to be a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like for me, business.
it would also
is my
depend on what the name
livelihood.
is.
Yeah, my business.
Like, what
is
if the
my
name
livelihood.
sucked?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what if it was like,
Stephanopoulos.
what if it was like
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
trash? I could be like,
Carrie Trash.
I mean, what if it was
Yeah.
just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would just be like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had people, that I've conversated with that have told me they're like, I can't have that name.
Yeah, I
my
wouldn't
name is
either.
actually cool. Like,
I know.
they have a cool name.
It's like my oldest, his girlfriend's got the same last name as him.
Oh my
so
gosh.
if they get married, it's not
that
going to
threw
change.
me for a loop
Yeah.
whenever I saw her. I thought they got married.
Yeah.
And
Nope.
I was like, did they? And I was like, no, I would know if he got married.
Yeah.
They have the same last name.
Same last name.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what about you? If you
Yeah.
get divorced,
Or you get married.
how do you feel about your last name? Yeah. That's
Let us
pretty
know. Hit
interesting.
us
Let
up.
us know. Hit us up on Got Her Back Podcast or Inspired by Carrie.
Meg's Unfiltered.
Bye.
Bye.